Hey Pisces, it's me, Lauren B with the Untitled Tarot. Welcome back if you are returning, and if you're new here, hello. We are very, very happy to have you. First things first, Pisces, I've had a strange morning. And normally when I'm about to do a reading, I kind of sit in your energy before I even know that that's the sign that I'm doing. So first things first, I woke up hungry. Very hungry. It's like 11 o'clock now. I still haven't eaten. And I keep saying to myself, I'm like, I'm not that hungry. Like, I'll be more hungry later. Like, I'll eat later. Like, I'm not ready to eat. I'm not ready to eat. And then I went to make a cup of coffee in my little Keurig, and the thing's like, add water. And I was like, damn, I need water. I need water. And then I was like looking over here at my garbage, and I was like, oh, I really need to take out my garbage. I really need to take out the garbage. There's this sense, Pisces, that there's stuff that you need to be doing, and you're trying to do it, you're trying to get it done, and there might be there's some kind of distraction. It doesn't seem necessarily like a negative distraction, like a toxic kind of distraction, but it almost feels maybe like a little bit like a pesty, like an annoying, like something's annoying you, something's like poking at you, bugging you a little bit, something's trying to like just get your attention or like consume some of your time, maybe that like maybe you have and you're not wanting to share it or give it or participate in it, or maybe you just don't have the time. But there's a sense that it's like you have stuff to do. You have stuff to do, and there's like there's stuff that you have to do, and it also seems like some of it maybe you don't want to do, like take out the trash. There's a big energy of like, I could, but I should. You know, or ooh, that could be a Freudian slip, but like, I could, but like, should I? Should I do that? Like, should I participate in that? Should I talk to them? Should I? It's like, almost like, is it going to be a waste of my time? Is it going to be a waste of my energy? Is it just going to distract me more? I already have so much stuff to do. Like, there's very much of that energy kind of going on. And I was sitting here trying to figure out what deck I wanted to use for you guys, or what deck I was being asked to use. And little cards kept popping out from like all of the decks. Like a little card would pop out here and a little card would pop out there. So I actually have four. Maybe you're seeing fours a lot. I have four different decks on the board for you. I have the Oracle of the Everyday Witches Oracle. I have the Spirit Animal Oracle. I had cards popped out from the new guy that I just got, the tarot of the Old Path, and a card from the Rider-Waite jumped out too. So we actually have like there's a whole flow going all the way back here on my desk. So there's a sense that you guys are trying to go with the flow, and there's a resourcefulness energy. I'm feeling like, because I pulled from four different decks very randomly, that it's like you're trying to pull from whatever reserves you need, whatever tools in your toolbox you need. So whether that's an emotional tool that you need, or whether it's like a tangible, like some kind of tenacity, like a hard work element. Like, it seems like all of your elements are really kind of having to work together right now, which is good, because that's how we function best, is when we're not sitting too much in an emotional energy or in a 3D energy, or too much in our headspace, or too fired up in our passions, right? Like we need to kind of have it all balanced out. So it seems like you are trying to go with the flow. You are trying to balance stuff out, but there is like a tug on you to hang out with someone, to participate in something, to go somewhere, to do something that it's like you're really not sure not even like if you should do it. It's almost like even if you want to do it. It's like, I know I could, but should I? And it almost is the sense that maybe you know that maybe you shouldn't, and you're avoiding it, like taking out the trash, you know. But there's this sense, like I said, like, I'm hungry, but it's like I'm not ready to eat. It's like that thing needed water. It's almost like I'm hearing it's like I'm not desperate enough, or it's like I know I can do better, but it doesn't feel like in a nasty, like yucky ego energy kind of thing. It's almost like I know there's more out there for me. Like, I know this can't just be it right here. There's a lot of that going on. So I want to get into your spread. But also, because I will forget this. You might be seeing, like I said, you might be seeing some fours. You might be seeing a lot of sevens, and you might be seeing a lot of twos. In particular, 77 and 22 has come up a lot in your spread. And I will forget to say that later. So I just want to let you know that now. Okay, so moving on with your reading, Pisces. First out, we have Connect with Gaia. And we have it in reverse, which normally I don't take these cards in reverse, but they feel like I'm supposed to be taking them in reverse. And then you have Meditation, to dig deep, and you have that in reverse. And then you have out change and progress, and you have that out in reverse. And don't feel weird about that, because these actually don't feel so bad. So this whole connect with Gaia, right? So this is about going outside, right? And I remember, who was it? Leo's reading, and I was talking about like Stonehenge, like roots, like ancient aliens, ancient ancestors. There's like a thing in there that's going on right now for the collective, I think, at least for like the part of the collective I'm tapping into. But when you flip it in reverse, it's actually really interesting, because it's the root system looks actually like a tree. It doesn't look like roots, it looks like branches in a tree. That there is a sense that it's like you need to get out there, right? It's like you got to take out the trash, Pisces. You got to do the stuff that you know you like want to do and have to do, but you also have to kind of do the stuff that you don't really want to do, right? And kind of get back out there, I keep hearing. And part of it, I think, is maybe symbolic. Maybe you got to go back out there and date, or go back out and do some job interviews, go back to school and do some training, right? There could be an aspect of you're going to have to go back out there and keep looking for what you want, for what you need, because the option that you have right now is like, it's close but no cigar. But they're on a twofold. There's also a sense that like you really need to get outside and you need to connect a little bit with nature, put your feet in the ground, do the whole thing, because when you do that, and really Gaia, Earth Source, like you are the purest form of Earth, like you're the purest form of Earth. So by kind of reconnecting in with yourself, like your truth, it's almost as though, see this connection right here? It creates an alchemy, it creates an electricity, where these roots were normally like, they grow, but they're hard, and you can't really do much with them. You kind of have to wait for it to come up to the surface. It's almost like you're gonna have to go back in, right? But in doing that, in reconnecting with that, you create this electricity. It's like you create growth and softness, right? And there's all this green, like love energy, where there wasn't before, where it was kind of cold and where it was tough. It's almost like sneaking around resistance, like getting around obstacles, getting around your boundaries, like with like your energy and your intention and that authenticity of your spirit as like your driving force. There's like a big like driving force energy. And then you have, like I said, meditation to dig deep. And I actually was dig deep to meditate. Right? Because everybody talks about meditation, and you sit there and you get quiet and you focus on a thought, or you hum, or however it works for you, right? Meditation has never worked that way for me personally. It's hard for me to sit there like silently, and that's not how I meditate. Through motion. That's how I do it. So when I want to meditate, I put on music and I dance my ass around this room like I'm 5 years old. When I want to meditate, I go out and I go for a hike, and I walk, and maybe I'm silent, and my spirit is still, but my body is moving. It's almost like when you have homework or an assignment to do and you put on music in the background, and someone's like, how can you study with all that music? And you're like, well, because it keeps that busy, anxious part of your mind, that monkey mind, it keeps it occupied, so that way your spirit can really like focus on the things that you have to focus on. So I think in potentially getting outside and doing some grounding, some literal grounding, that will help you, because you are kind of mentally going through a lot, trying to figure out like what to do, what's my next move, like what needs my attention, what doesn't need my attention, where to invest that energetic time. That there's a motion aspect. You need to go outside, you need to go walk. There are all these crystals here. I'm being very drawn to this, so you might need to be working with a little bit of amethyst. But when you do crown work, like with amethyst, it's purple, has to do with your crown chakra, you always do it in conjunction with root work. Otherwise, you'll fly off into space. And if you only do root work, then you'll be too rooted. Somebody grouting? Is somebody doing bathroom grouting work today? That you'll be too rooted to the ground too. You're not gonna be able to have that balance. And what you're really trying to do is kind of develop a natural flow, because there's a sense that like, you have a lot to do, like energy's ramping up. I almost see you like on top of like a Ferris wheel, or on top of like the wheel of fortune. And it's almost like you're balancing. It's like things are picking up for you. And so you're really going to have to make a decision about like what needs to go, what needs to stay, what am I going to invest in? And I think in motion, some kind of motion for you, that's really going to help. And then next up we have change and progress. and we have it in reverse. And I don't think that this means that you're not growing and you're not progressing. I actually think it's a little bit more complicated than that. When I'm hearing, what is that song, Lionel Richie, like Dancing on the Ceiling? Is that a Lionel Richie song, Dancing on the Ceiling? That's kind of what I see here. I actually see almost like this is like a ceiling and you're like walking upside down on the ceiling. And it's a sense of like, you don't need to change anything, Pisces. We're not talking about like the people in your life or none of that. What we're talking about is you. There's a sense that's almost like something's like clicked for you, like a light bulb went off, or you just accepted that you are like a weird little Pisces and like you are what you are and that's all you need to be. There's a sense of like, you don't, now that you figured out like your secret sauce, you don't need to change it. You don't need to change your sauce, right? It's like, again, it's like getting around those obstacles, getting around those burdens, those blockages, whatever that is. You're doing it in a way that is unique to you. It might not be the way that other people agree with. Maybe they're not even noticing. It's not maybe the normal way you'd go about doing something or the way that most people would go about kind of navigating through a situation. It might be a little unexpected, but they should be used to that by now because you're a Pisces and they should always expect the unexpected from you, right? Because you're a Pisces, so you can you're all the signs. I'm a Pisces too. We are the last sign, which means that you could wake up in the morning and be in Pisces, and by lunchtime, you're a Taurus. And, you know, maybe midday snack, you're like, I'm a Scorpio now. That's just the nature of the game when it comes to our little fishies. But it's a sense that it's not that you're not progressing. It's almost like they're not going to see you coming. They're not going to see you coming because you're on the ceiling. And there's a reason for that. You're dancing on the ceiling while everyone's looking down, right? It's like that motion. It's like that motion because it's like you're digging deep inside of yourself. You're not digging so deep and rooting yourself to the actual people in your life, to the actual circumstances, to your actual job. You're being rooted in that home is where the heart is kind of energy, right? And that's allowing you to ascend up into the ceiling and kind of like almost like Spider-Man, Spider Pig, just like walking like very unsuspectingly. It's almost like you're sneaking out the back door, but you're not. It's like you're dancing out the back door, but they don't realize it because everybody else is so busy looking down. Everybody's so busy looking down. There's a movie, it's Molly's Game, and there's a scene in that, and you know, this quote's been playing in my head since last night, so it's got to be for you, Pisces. And there's a scene where the little girl she's going to ski and her dad's looking at her and he's talking to her and he goes, don't look down, look ahead. If you look down, that's where you'll go. And there's very much that kind of energy. I'm getting an idea of like, maybe you guys are hiking too, you're on like a rope bridge and somebody's scared of heights, somebody's afraid of heights. It's like, don't look down because that's where you'll go. Like, don't look down, that's where you'll go. Like, look up, look straight ahead. Like, look straight ahead. It's not even like a play dead energy. It's just like, just let yourself ascend, let yourself be weird. If you feel a little separated, if you feel a little weird, you got to take out the trash. Like, it's okay, but do what you got to do and walk your ass on the ceiling all the way out to your next phase, okay? Because 22, truth transcends illusion. You know the truth, Pisces. Aquarius has something like that. And they had a whole thing of, it was like, I don't know what it is for you, Aquarius, but like, you know, like spirit, the universe, your intuition, they told you and you know. You know, so you don't have to question it and you don't have to compare it and you don't have to prove it to anyone else. And it's very much that same for you. It's like, you know that you're on a new path. You know that the wheel of fortune has started moving for you. You know that you're in a new phase of your life, that you've hit a new level of like growth, personal accomplishments. I'm hearing personal accomplishments, like emotional victories, like kind of slaying inner demons for yourself. So it's like, you know where you're headed and you know where you're going. So it's like with the 7 of Wands out from the one Rider-Waite card that fell out in reverse, it's saying, it's like, so don't be defensive about it. It's like, not everybody can come. Yes, some people, places, and things are good, but it doesn't mean that they're for you forever. You know, things come in for like a reason, a season, or a lifetime. But it's like I said before, with this make a move card, you got to get back out there. Whatever's being presented to you, a relationship, a job opportunity, just socializing with people. I'm getting like a lot of social energy, like a lot of outings with people. You know, it's cool, it's good, like, but it's almost like, are you hungry enough? Like, do you need it that bad? Do you want it that bad that like you're almost gonna like cut off other options and opportunities and avenues for yourself for this? And it's not like this thing isn't like great because it seems like there isn't like a bad energy coming off of it, but it's like, it's not enough. It's not right. You know, it's close, but no cigar. It's like when we do readings and we tell you guys, it's like, take what resonates and leave the rest. Like if it doesn't fit, don't make the story fit. Don't make the story fit. It's like you're trying to make something kind of fit into your life, into a plan. Like you're trying to make it all work. And some of it just doesn't. Some of it just doesn't go with your flow, right? It doesn't mean it's good, bad, or indifferent. It's just your flow is going in another direction. With all of this water right here, see? All of this abundance, these fish, this flow, here you are, you know? You got to get back out there. You got to get back out there, Pisces, whatever it is. I'll see, look, and I've never even noticed this in this card. There's little otters. Look, there's a little otter here and there's a little otter there. Otters are like really playful. They are very fun. They are very social, right? It is a very social energy, but it's also very hardworking. It's community building. It builds with a purpose. It's not just there to like just play just to play. It's like playing, but it's also doing something. It's playing and it's also being productive at the same time. And when you do that, Pisces, with the bee spirit, we have sweet results await. And again, this bee spirit as an animal totem, it's very much an energy of community. And again, remember I was saying you have to pull like different aspects of yourself, different skills you've had, different experiences, different pieces of wisdom by pulling pieces from all of these decks, right? And I said it's kind of like creates a machine, like a mechanism. It's very much what we're seeing over here. It's like this honeycomb. It's the hive. It's like the good for you, like how you're fertile, right? Your ideas, your ability to put electricity and spark and life into something that seems kind of cold, right? Something that maybe other people aren't able to dig in, right? To dig in and use their intuition in order to accomplish. Maybe because the only way to accomplish it was, you know, do it a little freaky and get on the ceiling. But it's the sense that like there is this community aspect that it's like you do want to work with people, you do want to do that, but you're really at a very big, it's like discernment. I'm hearing discernment. Just because you could, does that mean that you should? How bad do you want it? Do you know that it's right? Are you trying to make this job, this social group, this outing, this barbecue, this person, are you trying to make it fit into a box because it like looks good, because it seems right, it seems like it's going with the flow, but how does it flow in your emotional body, right? And this is community, this is hard work, and it's joyful energy. Is if it doesn't bring you joy, like on sight, then it might not be for you. It doesn't mean it's bad, but it might not be for you. And then you have followed out with koala spirit. Spirit has a plan. Again, it's this truth transcends illusion. You know, you don't have to be defensive because you know that you're in a new cycle. You know that you've hit a new personal high. You know you've hit a new level of development. You know you're in a new phase of your life. So it's like, it's normal when you're going through the end of one phase into another to feel very trepidatious, to feel a little anxious and nervous and unsure, but I'm getting the sense I'm hearing it's like you've already done this. You've already done this, Pisces. You've done this so many times. It's like you should be used to it by now. Right? It's like, you know how this goes. You know there's a bigger play at hand, and you know you only get so much of the information at once. They breadcrumb us all, you know, but it's your job is to kind of like follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. And koala spirit, again, this is also very much an energy of community. It's a very social energy. Koalas are very, very happy and dedicated and sweet and joyful, but there is also an element to the koala that is, it can be a little dependent. It could be a little codependent. So I think part of this is now that these new aspects of yourself are really kind of coming up, right? They're coming up to the surface. They're coming up to the ceiling. It's almost like it might create rain for someone else. It's like because it's like this bees. I'm getting like honey dripping from the ceiling onto people. Like your sweetness, your ability to, I'm getting like Midas touch, like your ability, like they're not going to see you coming because it's like you've been buzzing up here. You kind of climbed to the top of the tree, right? And like created something new, and it's kind of little droplets are falling on people, and some of them are like, ooh, honey, so great. And some of them are like, what the fuck is that? Like, where did that come from? Where did you come from? It's like a sense of that. And it might be putting you again in a little bit. And I think your last reading was about like jumping timelines and lily pads, you're in it now. You're on the lily pad, and some of the other frogs might be croaking at you. And so it is a sense of learning boundaries for yourself, emotional boundaries of like, what is a good way to be social? What is a good way to be a team player? What is a good way to work hard in this community for myself as a part and for the whole, but also in a way that's not dependent on other people too much, emotionally codependent, financially too dependent on other people, not too reliant. There's like very sense of having to be independent. Like I'm feeling very 9 of Pentacles, independent energy, because how do you fight codependence? By promoting independence, right? And what we're going to do that is by gating a beginner mind. And with these porcupines, it's almost, because like he looks really sweet and cute, right? But he can prick you. There is a sense of like, and again, a bee can sting you, and a koala, I don't know if a koala attacks anything, but they can climb up real high. Like there is a sense of like, you're going to have to create a certain amount of distance, right? In order to protect your new growth, these new skills that you're learning, and you're learning how to use them, that there is a sense that you're learning, you're in a new cycle, and now you're learning new lessons. You're learning new, and there's new, and that you have to kind of protect this process for yourself, which is why I think you've ascended to the ceiling so other people can't like walk all over you. Maybe they're used to doing it. Maybe people are used to taking too much, maybe asking too much, maybe not. Maybe you're just so used to overgiving, Pisces, that like you are still learning how to say no to other people. You're still learning how to be like, actually, I'm not going to come. Like, actually, no, I'm not going over tonight. Actually, no, I'm not going to the bar after work. No, actually, like, I'm not going to apply at that job. I'm actually going to cut my hours over there, and I'm going to look for something else. Like there's a sense of that you're still learning how to temper yourself in this new cycle. Kind of like a baby. You're kind of like a baby deer learning how to walk, right? You're just like getting your bearings, getting your footing. And that is requiring a beginner's mind. And so there needs to be a sense of community for you, so that you don't feel so alone, right? Because that will make you feel there's nothing like a lonely Pisces. A lonely Pisces is like the worst thing in the world, because it becomes all consuming, because you're a fish, you know how to swim deep down, right? So it's like you have to know when to come up for air, and you need to know when to go back down. And these are, I'm looking at like elevator business, ups and downs. It's like the elevator business, ups and downs. And you need to know how to ride between all of those floors. And you're going to need a little bit of space to do that. So you're going to have to figure out what for you needs to get taken out, what needs to add water, like what you should eat and what you shouldn't eat. There's also a sense of like watch what you eat, like overindulgence. There's also I was playing music on the shuffle on my channel. I have a playlist called the Shuffle, and it's a bunch of channeled and downloaded songs that Source gives me, and I put them on there. There's like a bunch. There's like 300. There's like a bunch. So you're free. It's open. It's public playlist. So enjoy it. But right before this, a song came up by Dope Lemon, and I love Dope Lemon, and it's a song is called Dope and Smoke. Yeah, Dope and Smoke. And there's a line in it that goes, we got enough dope and smoke to keep us peachy. And that's the thing. It's like you have what you need, Pisces. Like you have the skills that you need. You have a bunch of different tools and a bunch of different boxes. It's like you do have this element of socialization for you. You are very motivated. You are in this fresh, like the energy feels very like fresh and new, like a newborn baby. It's like I'm smelling like baby powder. I don't know if they don't have to give me smells, but I'm like smelling like floral, like baby powder. Like fresh as a newborn baby, a newborn daisy. So there's something going on with that for you. But that you have what you need. You have enough dope and smoke to keep you peachy. You have enough people around you to keep you from feeling lonely. Like you have enough motivation to keep you going in this cycle. It's very full energy. It's like you have the excitement. It's like you have everything you need. So don't feel like, it's almost like you can trust yourself. You can trust your own discernment. You can trust your intuition. Like you can trust it. You can trust it. 36, Koi Spirit. Another fish. Fish always swim in schools. Remember that. When you go with your right flow, you will find your right fishes. And there's always enough. Because you have it already. It's like whatever you think you need, you already have it. You just have to energetically protect the beginning of this new cycle so that way you feel better. It's not almost like because you need it. Like, I don't feel like nothing's going to come in and mess this up for you, but it's just you learning how to trust yourself, that you know how to walk on this new lily pad. You know how to ride this new flow because it is new for you and it takes time to adjust, right? Lean with it, rock with it. So you're in the middle of that. So when you trust that you can do that, you'll be all right. But this energetic protection, the space, this is for you just to trust yourself more, to feel more confident and secure in what you're doing in this new way that you're swimming. Maybe you were doing breaststrokes before and now you're doing backstrokes, and you got to get used to it. You gotta give yourself enough space in order to learn how to do that. So that way you feel confident when you show up to swim practice. Okay? 5 of Cauldrons. You don't need to feel like you don't need to feel like you have spilt milk, like, because like there's a sense of like, if I don't do this, if I don't choose them, if I don't go out, it's like feels like almost like 5 of Pentacles, like, oh, I'm gonna be left out, or like I'm not gonna be warm. It's like by having to turn away some things, even if they're good things. And maybe Pisces, like, there weren't a lot of good things coming towards you very often in your old cycle, and now maybe there is an influx of them, and it's almost like a snatch and grab. It's like, oh, all the goods, the ships are coming in, all the good stuff's coming in. So I this is it. And it's like, yeah, but it's not all that it is, and it's not all that it will be. Like, that's not the only ship that's coming in for you. Like, this isn't your only shot at love. Like, this isn't your only time to go out and be social. Like that, it's not like that. It's not all or nothing. It's not all or nothing, Pisces. And when you sit here and you feel like that, something's going to sneak up behind you and really upset your apple cart, right? I'm also getting like a sabotage-y energy, like, but from you, like a self-sabotage energy. That if you sit too much in this energy, like it's like scarcity mindset, right? It's scarcity mindset that at some level, whether you recognize it or not, you will do something to self-sabotage it because you knew ahead of time that it was something that you weren't really going to want to participate in for more than a reason or a season, right? So it's like, don't sit in this energy because there is always enough. Did I skip? That's interesting. I think I skipped over the whale spirit. Trust the great mystery, right? Because truth transcends illusion. Spirit has a plan. You know how this works. You've seen it in action now, Pisces. Like, so you keep telling me, like, they know, they've seen it. They've done this before. They know, they've seen it. They've done this before. So it's like, trust the mystery. You know, go deep down and then come back up for air. Because 6 of Rods, 6 of Wands, you will be victorious. You will have victory and success. And you know that. You feel it. I can feel that you feel it. It's like honey. It's like warm honey. It's like warm tea. It's like a hot toddy. That's what it feels like. After a time of 2 of Cauldrons in reverse, 2 of Cups in reverse. No, maybe you didn't have that soulmate energy, maybe with a person or maybe with a project or with yourself, feeling at home and in love with yourself. Like, I think it was Santero and shit. It was like sitting in love, not necessarily like with another person, but sitting in the feeling of love, the energy of love, right? That it's after a period of time. And then it's followed up with this Queen of Pentacles. After a period of time of not feeling that self-love, not feeling a reciprocal love with another, feeling like appreciated at your job, feeling like school's not paying off for you, feeling like your hard work wasn't recognized. And it's like, well, because you were down on the ground and you were supposed to be up on the ceiling, and it maybe left you feeling a little bit alone and lonely, which is why maybe you're like, ooh, maybe I should take them up on this outing. Like, maybe I should go on that date. Like, maybe I should, because I don't know the next time it's going to come around, right? But the thing is like, you've built up this resolve. You have all of these tools that you need already. So it's almost like I'm getting like heavy wears the crown. It's lonely at the top kind of thing. Ooh, my throat. It's like a lonely at the top kind of. So now that maybe these things are coming in for you, you're like, maybe I should get it while the getting's good. And yeah, you could, but you should. Or but you should? Maybe you should. I don't know. You don't, obviously, because I don't, so you don't. But I think the advice is telling you to, like, you got to make a move one way or another. You got to get back out there. I'm getting the sense that it's like, it's not it. This isn't it. You got to get back out there. But you're really like, it's more than scarcity mindset. It feels like a lot of like abandonment issues. It feels like a lot of rejection issues. You might have like a serious history with like being disappointed, with people feeling like they're letting you down or rejecting you, or like you can't count on anyone. There is a very intense energy of it, which is maybe why you've had to so strongly like be independent and work for everything you have. And it, you know, you felt every growing pain jumping from that one lily pad up into the other one. And it's like you have all of these accomplishments, almost like the Virgo, but you know, like the triumphs for you really were personally, but it's almost like you're not giving yourself enough credit, or you're just getting a little lonely waiting for the other lily pads to come over to you. Like for the people, it's like you're in this new cycle, but that cycle isn't filled up with the new people and the new places and all of the new things yet. And it's almost like you're sitting there like ready to go. Like you're sitting there on like your throne, but it's like no one's in the kingdom yet. But it's like they're coming, Pisces. They're coming, and you know that they are. And it's like, don't be sad. Like, don't be scared. So that way it's like when, you know, I'm getting like a fool, like when the jester rolls in to like cheer you up, that you're like, you're the king now. Like he's the jester. He's there to, sometimes life throws us a bone in order to cheer us up, keep us going, keep us motivated, keep the energetic ball rolling for us, but it doesn't mean that that's the king to your kingdom. Okay? There's something in there that they really want me to really hone in on that. Like your court cards. Again, it's like this social, like, you know, being able to participate with other people, but not at the expense of yourself, not at the expense of your process. I think it's a House of Ushan. She always says, like, if it's not in alignment with the assignment, sort of thing, you know. And then you have the Hangman, and what does he look like? He looks like a fool. He looks like a jester, right? Like some things, the universe sometimes just really just throws a pick me up, right? But it doesn't mean that you pick me up and then you put it down, and then you put it down, and there's a conflict in that for you, because it feels like I said in the past, maybe this stuff didn't come around that often for you. So there is a part of you that is like, it might not come around again. I might not get another opportunity like this, but I feel like that's not true. I feel like it's not true. And it's you're in like an ego battle with yourself. You know what I mean? There's an ego, there is I keep hearing like self-sabotage. Like you think that by turning this option away, by not participating in this job with these people and whatever it is, this relationship, that is you self-sabotaging. That it's almost like, why just run away from good things? That's what I'm hearing. It's like, I just run away from good things. But that's actually not it. You're actually not self-sabotaging yourself this time, Pisces. What's actually happening is your intuition is very clear, because like I said, you're on the ceiling. You jumped that lily pad. You have a bird's eye view. You've zoomed out. You can see the forest from the trees, right? The forest from the trees. You've gone up high and you've dug deep, and you've flowed through the waters. You've done it all. You've done this before. That this is actually like your intuition. It's almost like it's finally working. Your intuition is finally working. You're not self-sabotaging yourself by turning this away. What will happen instead, I'm getting, is that by trying to hold on to it, in the end, you will actually end up self-sabotaging it, because you knew to begin with that it wasn't really for you. And sometimes we feel bad when we have to say no to people and places and things, right? Say no to ourselves. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. No, I can't let myself do that. Absolutely not. Like, It's hard, but you're coming out as the Queen of Rods, the Queen of Wands. She is my favorite queen. I mean, we love the Empress and the High Priestess, of course, around here. But of all the queens, she is my favorite because she is passionate. She is strong, but she is also warm, and she is nurturing, and she is soft, right? She's a girl that can do both, or a guy. Actually, I've looked at my analytics. I have more male viewers than I have female viewers, which is very interesting to me. So genders, sexuality, it's all Missy Elliott style here. Flip it, reverse it, put your thing down, whatever. But this is like a very nurturing, again, it's like this fertile energy, this pollination kind of energy that's going on for you. And you can be sweet, and you can be strong, and you can be a badass, and you can say no to things. And also, like, I'm getting like, you're not a bitch. They're just telling me, they're like, you're not a bitch, Pisces. Like, you're not a dick, just because like you don't want to participate in it. And like, yeah, it's pretty good, but could you do better? Maybe. And when I mean better, they want me to preface this. They want me to fix this. Not better, but better suited. better suited? Like, is there something better suited for you, right? And then you have it followed up by the King of Cauldrons, the King of Cups. This is like your emotional Ace of Cups. It's like being in control of your emotions, being in control of your passions, not letting yourself be like, I'm hearing like, we don't suffer fools. We don't suffer fools. Like, not letting yourself be tied up and confused and be in indecision and feeling a little bit like a fool. Like, is this a fool? I'm like, is this a foolish decision if I do this? Like, is this stupid if I do this? Like, no, Pisces, no. You know how to harness your passions and you know how to harness your emotions. And you know, like, again, it's like that, like, what to share and what to keep, what to share and what to keep. You know, but you have to trust the fact that you know what you know, kind of like Aquarius. So this is about giving yourself that space energetically, socially, in order to trust that you know. It's like proving to yourself that you know how to walk on your own 2 feet. And then you have temptation out in reverse. That would be the Devil card. So this is you, again, like being in control of your passions, being in control of your emotions, kind of fighting these inner demons, like this inner negative self-talk, this self-sabotagey energy, this fear of abandonment, this fear of rejection, which I suppose is why they really want you. It feels like they want you to do like root work. And I'm getting a lot about solar plexus, but you, little Pisces, my little psychic Pisces, you're like, but what about my crown? What about my third eye? And they're like, all right, fine. You want to work on your crown and your third eye, work on your crown and your third eye, but please also work on your root so that way you're not floating out in space, getting all like King, Queen of Swords, super logical. Like, I'm going to start like, because there's a sense of when you start taking out the trash, when you start kind of trimming off some of the fat, to make sure that you are doing it in a very kind way, that you're being very compassionate in the way that you're dealing with people. Just because not everything, there are things that are better suited for you, doesn't mean that we just like throw them to the curb like it's garbage. We don't treat people, places, and things like that. There is a sense of you are responsible, just you are supposed to get rid of some things, moves, rearrange. There's a rearranging energy but to do it with love and kindness, the best you can. And then take a little time to heal with this snake energy. And again, this is 55. So this is a master number, and 5s indicate a lot of change. There are a lot of changes going on for you. There are growing pains. There are things that it feels like you had to leave behind on some of the lily pads. And there are some things that you're still going to have to continue to, it's like a shedding of a skin. You're going to have to continually shed layers of yourself, like shed layers of your old environment, shed layers of the way you used to deal with people and relationships. And I'm getting sex, a lot about sex, a lot of kundalini energy. I think that's why they want you to do, there's some kind of healing, root work, sexual trauma healing that needs to be done. And I don't mean like sexual healing, like go get laid to heal your sexual, that's not what it is. But there's a relationship that you guys have with sex. Just coming out, there's a relationship that you guys have with sex and your own sexuality and how you express it and how you give and receive that energy that really needs to be looked at and worked on, which is why I think you have a little bit of that, like, oh, well, I'm not going to have anything else good, so I have to keep this, even though it's like not really what I want. Like, it's close enough to what I want, but it's not like totally what I want. And it's like, no, like, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. You can get exactly what you want, and you can get what you need at the same time. But what does a squirrel do? They hide nuts. And what do they also do? Forget where they hide most of their nuts. Again, it's like this discernment, like remember where you're putting things. Pay attention to where you're planting, because you know how to do this. You know how to do this. Believe in yourself. Claim your independence. Another 4. 13 breaks down to a 4. Claim your independence. And again, with this cat, use your intuition. Let it lead you. It's not failing you. There are a lot of times you're like, is this my intuition or is this my ego? Is this my intuition or is this my ego? Is this a download or am I just triggered right now, right? But it's like, you know the difference now. I'm getting the sense it's like, you know when to put your claws out and when to pull your claws back. Or I think it's really interesting that you also have it followed up with a dog, cat dog. What was that on Cartoon Network? Wasn't that a show, Cat Dog? Maybe with all this fool energy, all this like fresh as a baby, like baby powder. Maybe some of you had a baby or you have kids or you're just getting stoned and watching Cartoon Network, like there's something with that, like this childish, like cat dog, but it's also that duality, right? It's like masculine and feminine energies, kind of bringing that into balance for yourself and be loyal to what you love. Most importantly, yourself. And that's also aspects of yourself, like your character and your integrity and things that you value and the ways that you want to represent yourself and the ways that you want to deal with people. be loyal to the changes and the growth that you had. Like, don't let yourself feel like you're not going to, but it's just a reminder. Don't like backtrack. Don't allow yourself to backtrack, even if it means that you're going to come into opposition with people in your community or in your social group, right? But you need to lay a solid foundation. This is 6. Again, this is very like giving and receiving, cause and effect energy. And this foundation is within yourself. It's your own confidence. It's your own sense of independence, your own sense of security. It's like, it's like, I don't need these people. And it's not in like a mean way. It's not like, oh, I don't need you guys. Like it's not like that at all. It's just like, I want you here because you're of value to me, because you bring me joy, right? As I say, if it doesn't bring you joy on sight, there's a lot to that. There's a lot to that. This is going to be long. It's already long, but that's fine. And then we have all these other cards. It's like 7 of Pentacles in reverse, Ace of Cups in reverse. And you have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. And then you have the 7 of Wands in reverse. And again, this is about like, you know what you know, Pisces. Like, you know where these seeds are going to grow well, and you know where they're not. And it's almost, I'm going to be like, don't waste your time. Like, don't waste your time, Pisces. Like, trying to, like, wait, right? Because what does the 7 of Pentacles do? It plants, and then it waits for the ships to come in. And it's like, your Pisces, your ships are here. Like, you know that you have everything that you need, and you know that it's like, you don't want to be doing this with these people, which is why because if you really did, it wouldn't even be a question. Your whole entire reading wouldn't be about this right now, and about 22's master numbers, and about 7 all over the board, these life path numbers, and all these 4s, which is like signs of encouragement. Like, they're encouraging you, like your intuition isn't failing you, you're on the right track. Like, you know that maybe this isn't the best suited for you. So it's like, stop. You know you don't want to give to this, and you also know that you don't want to take from it either. It's like, you know this isn't like going to be an emotionally fulfilling start for you, whatever this is. And no, you also don't want to be defensive about it. So it's like, stop fighting yourself, shit you already know. It's like, you already know, Pisces, quit fighting it. You are the Empress, male or female. You are the Empress. You are fertile, which there also is just like a very actual fertile energy here. So if you're working on that Kundalini root chakra sexual energy, be mindful. But you are the Empress, right? You do have the ability to plant seeds and grow and expand. I'm getting expand, right? And there's like this deer here. It's like the ability to successfully complete cycles. Trust in your ability to successfully complete cycles. There's a sense of like, you're kind of looking back on your experience and like seeing how much you've grown. And you need to do that more often to remind yourself of how much of a badass that you are. That it's like, you don't have to settle. And it's not in a mean way that like, if you took this job, that if you were with this person, that like they're settling for you because they're not good enough. It's just that, things are in alignment or things are close, but sometimes they're no cigar. Sometimes they are a cigar and you don't want to smoke it because you already got enough dope and smoke to keep you peachy. Pisces, remember? It's like ant spirit, time to collaborate. You have it out in reverse. It's like, no, you know who you want to work with and you know who you don't want to work with. It's a real sense of like, unless if there's like, there's still some new energy waiting to come in for you. It's not here yet, I'm getting, but there's new energy waiting to come in for you. But until then, the people in the tribe, in the troop, in the tent, you know that those are the people. So like, stop fucking around with everyone else. You don't need to collaborate with these people. You have your own things going on. And my sense is like the people in your court, those court cards, the people that are really in your court are also busy, and they also have things that they're working on too. So they're not demanding too much of your time. They're not demanding too much of your peace, of your cycle. I'm like, and when I hear peace, I'm seeing the word like P-E-A-C-E, but I'm also seeing like P-I-E-C-E, like a piece of it, like a piece of the pie. Like, people want a piece of your pie, whatever that means in however way that shakes out for you. But people want a piece of your pie, and it's like, no, the whole pie is for you, Pisces. The whole pie is for you. And don't forget that spirit has your back. And the hawk, that's indicative, or eagle. It's interesting I said a hawk. The eagle's representative of justice, but because I said hawk, that means to tell me that, yeah, on the right side, that you're going to get some kind of message of encouragement from spirit, however that shakes out for you. An opportunity, a different invitation, there's something new. There's something else coming in for you that's going to be a signifier that you're on the right track, that you made the right decision in where you decided to do your good housekeeping. Because Moth Spirit, surrender now. And in reverse, it's telling me it's like, don't surrender your cups. Don't release the Kraken. Like, hold on to what you know. Hold on to this cycle, this new cycle for yourself. Hold on to these new qualities that you have, these new skills that you've ascertained. Like, hold on to the stuff that you know is yours. Hold on to the stuff that you know is yours, and hold energetically that space for the stuff that is yours but hasn't arrived yet. But don't fill up that space with like knickknacks, people, places, or things. Don't fill up that space with knickknacks. Like, keep the shelves clean so spirit can fill them with stuff that's really yours. Your trophies. Peacock, let it shine. And you have that in reverse. I'm hearing don't show off. Don't show off. And I don't think it's in the sense of like, don't show everybody like what you're made of. I think that goes back to what I was saying is when you start doing this good housekeeping, they keep telling me good housekeeping, this trimming of the fat, this kind of moving people maybe in and out is don't be obnoxious about it, or like if you dump somebody or something like that, or if you leave a job and you go somewhere else, don't be obnoxious. Don't throw it in their face. Like, it's that doing everything with love and kindness and compassion. Like, don't be spiteful. Don't be petty. I'm also getting like, don't talk too much to other people about these situations. Don't talk too much to other people about these situations, because they will inspire pettiness and like gossip, and you don't want that. It's like very much like, don't like not let it shine. Like, be your best self, but be modest, be humble. Be modest, be humble. Like, don't, I'm also hearing like, don't air your dirty laundry. Like, don't air your trash out for other people. There's a real sense for that. Because sometimes life stinks. It can possibly blow back on you, but 64, that breaks down to a 10. So that is completion. You have completed a cycle. This is new. Don't throw it in other people's faces, like how great you're doing. Just be and just do and do everything with as much love and compassion and kindness as you can with other people, but also with yourself. Have compassion and go easy on yourself a little bit, because it's like time for a deep dive. It's like you're coming up for air. You've been deep down there way too long, Pisces, and it's time to come up. But it's almost like don't splash people in the pool on your way up. Just don't do that, because it'll piss everybody off. But know your worth. Know your worth. Know what's yours and know what isn't yours. And don't keep things that aren't yours, is what I'm getting to. If you know something's really not for you, don't hold on to it. Set it free so that way it can find what is for it, right? That job can find a person that is going to feel really motivated and happy to work there. Let that person go so that way they can find somebody that really like is excited and brings them joy on site, right? Whatever this is for you, like, don't hold on to stuff that isn't yours. Know your worth. Know your worth. You can stand on your own 2 feet, so you don't need to collect knickknacks. You don't need to do that. Be fearless and bold, because you are. And look at all these sunflowers. And what do sunflowers do when there is no sun? They turn towards each other and they keep themselves warm. That's what they do. And it's not a whole field of them. It's just a few, but a few strong ones are more mighty than an army of anything else, than an army of thorns. Horse spirit, freedom is yours. The verse is telling me it's like, you're already free. You're already free, Pisces. So just walk. Just walk out the gate. I'm almost seeing like a horse that thinks he's like trapped in a pen, but it's like the gate's wide open. It's like, you're not trapped. You are already free. You just haven't realized it yet. So, Pisces. And at the bottom of the deck, nothing is wasted. Everything is a learning lesson, and learning lessons are always blessings. You either win or you learn, and a learning is still a win. So, Pisces, at 50 minutes, that was a lot. We're doing a lot, Pisces, but you're doing really well. You're just fighting a little internal battle with yourself, and that's okay, because we walk it out here. That's what we do. But I hope that this reading was helpful for you. I hope you got something out of it. I would love to hear from you in the comments. I'd love to hear from everybody. Thank you all for subscribing and for being here. There's so many new faces and energies, and I'm just tickled pink to work with you all. I really am. So I hope you're doing well. Take care of yourselves. Be gentle with others. when keeping a good house. And I will see you next time, Pisces. Oh, and if I don't see you before the next solar eclipse on the 4th of July or the 5th of July, depending on where you live in the world, take it easy. Be good. I'll see you later.